In Korean, gangsters do that. 형님!
You got a good manner.
Why is that so funny to me?
이거에 대해서 어떻게 생각하세요?
좋은데요?
Hello! I think that one of the biggest differences between like American culture and Asian culture is like family slash like the society of being like a team, because I feel like growing up in America for me, when I came to Asia for the first time, everything seems very like team-oriented or like family-oriented, and I think that America is a bit more individualistic.
Well, I think like for the holidays, Americans, you guys family gathering, right? But Asians, I don't think it's like for example, Christmas, for Asians, especially Koreans, it's a time for their boyfriend or girlfriend or their friends. I've never met any Korean who's like, oh, I must be with my parents. That was like the biggest difference that I felt.
맞아요. 매체에서 접하는 모습을 통해서 알게 된 것은 미국 사람들이라 하면 되게 개성 있고, 아시아 사람들은 좀 더 보수적이고 뭔가 남들과 비슷하게 보여지고 싶어 하는 그런 마인드 가지고 있는 것 같습니다.
Did you feel that when you lived in Canada, what was like the biggest difference from living in Asia again?
I guess on relationship with teachers, it was more friendly in Canada. I could ask a question like a friend, but in Japan, teacher is a teacher. We have to respect because they're older. I think it's different.
So I think for me, what's hard about living in Asia compared to America is just some of the things I'm more used to in my everyday life, like my favorite snacks at the store, or like my favorite TV shows on the TV that I can't watch here anymore. It's kind of those small everyday creature comforts that are different.
And there's like different memes.
Yeah.
You can't get the memes.
Yeah, and like nobody here understands the memes I'm talking about.
Today's content was created with the support of Surfshark. Thank you.
So for you guys, what's forbidden in your country?
Getting tattoos from people who aren't doctors are illegal in Korea.
That is so surprising to me, because I feel like what's their standard of that? Because in America, like you can just get a tattoo at like random. Honestly, it's maybe not the safest or cleanest thing.
But are those like the tattoo artists, are they all legal?
Of course there's like some people who are not, but like most of them are. They have a license, it's just they're not a registered doctor. They just have a tattooing license.
제 생각에는 아마 자격증 같은 거이지 않을까 싶어요.
How do Japanese people feel about tattoos?
I feel like it's still not having a really good image, because having a tattoo means like yakuza. I feel like still a lot of people have this image.
So then it's probably like highly regulated like Korea then.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in Korea as well, tattoos still don't have the best image.
Well, for the younger generation, it's kind of getting better, but for the older generation, yeah, it's closed-minded with the tattoos.
A lot of times you cannot get a job in Japan if you have a tattoo.
Oh,
They
wow.
ask you though.
That's just so crazy to me, because like everyone in my family has tattoo but me. And I was going to get a tattoo. My mom has 2, and my dad has like 3. My sister has like 5 tattoos. I'm very used to it.
일반적으로 떠올리는 건 좀 아저씨들 팔이나 등에 좀 크게 모양을 크게 타투 하시는 분들이 좀 많이 있긴 해요.
젊은 세대도 많이 해요?
여자애들도 많이 하시는 분들 계시는데 좀 작게
맞아.
뼈에나 손목에나 좀 작게. 중국에서는 저희가 넷플릭스나 유튜브를 볼 수가 없어서 보려면은 좀 우회해서 다른 도구를 사용해서 해야 돼요.
근데 불법인 거예요, 보면?
네, 몰래서 숨어서 보는 거예요.
When traveling or staying in another country, there may be websites that are banned. Or, as mentioned earlier, the contents of the website may be different. In that case, Surfshark VPN can help keep your online identity safe and protected by encrypting all information transmitted from your device and the internet. With Surfshark, you can protect your personal information that may be exposed abroad and travel virtually to any country in the world, whether abroad or at home. Countries such as China and Korea can block access to certain websites and content. But with Surfshark, you can unblock content and enjoy it all you want. Additionally, when traveling abroad, you can enjoy streaming sites such as Netflix and HBO as the same environment as you did in your home country.
Direct purchasing is popular these days in Korea, and when I tried it, I found out that the prices for direct purchasing vary greatly depending on where I live. However, with Surfshark VPN, it's easy to compare prices in different countries, and it blocks ads and pop-ups, making shopping much more convenient.
Surfshark VPN is so safe and convenient. Want to give it a try but are worried about the price? Don't worry. Just in time for spring, Global Earth and Surfshark VPN have presented a special event. If you enter the coupon code displayed in the link on the screen, you can use it for 3 months for free. Please refer to the video description for detailed instruction and more information. With Surfshark VPN, you can experience the world at home with all services from one setting and use it as if you were in your own home while traveling.
So in Japan, if you join Yakuza or gang group, a lot of activities will be banned from the Japanese government.
Such as like which kind of activities?
If they have a tattoo on their body, they cannot go to a hot tub or public swimming pool.
Why is that so funny to me? I just think it's funny because the reason they can't go to the public swimming pool, it's not because somebody knows they're Yakuza, right? It's because of their tattoos and it makes them think like tattoos are bad, or is it because they're in a gang?
Well, because like if they have tattoos all over their body, then of course it's gonna be some threat for other people, right? I understand that, but banning them from all those other social activities, would that help?
I think it's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny, and I think they would be mad, so they might make some more trouble maybe. I'm not sure.
Aren't they already making trouble?
Oh, yeah, they are. But
That's why they're in a gang.
The bigger trouble. Like, 이거에 대해서 어떻게 생각하세요?
좋은데요?
네?
저 같은 일반 사람 입장에서는 뭔가 보호받은 느낌 아닌가요?
아. 이 중국이에요?
그런 것 같아요. 이거는 아마 새해 때 평소에 자주 이렇게 사용하진 않아요. 새해 복 많이 받으세요 이렇게 할 수는 있어요.
한국 같은 경우에는 그냥 인사할 때 뭐 중국이나 일본도 그렇겠지만 허리를 숙여서 뭐 영어로 말하면 바우겠죠? 바우를 하는데 이제 새해 같은 경우에는 어르신들한테 이제 무릎이랑 손이 다 바닥에 닿도록 하는 절이라고 하는 큰 바우를 해요. 그래서 그게 약간 한국의 문화이지 않을까 싶습니다.
Talking about greeting in New Year in Japan, we go to temple and we greet for the gods. That's the style, I think. We don't particularly like greet for friends that much, I feel like. And we play for the health and happiness.
What about like, do Japanese people bow as much as Koreans do?
I think it's the same thing to Korea though.
한국 같은 경우에는 이제 좀 높으신 분들이나 상사한테 인사를 할 때 미국은 악수를 건네잖아요. 근데 한국은 일단 그 bow, 절을 하는 문화가 있어서 일단 내려가요. 일단 내려가고 손을 건넬 때도 그냥 이렇게가 아니라 받치고 손을, 그러니까 제 손을 받치고 악수를 청한다.
Oh wow, and they use 2 hands like...
Yeah, but like you don't have to go like this, but you can just like go like that. Yeah, you have to respect the other person because he or she might be older than you or they might be your boss. And one thing is, even if we shake hands, people bow. So shaking hands and bow is the same thing, right? So it's both saying hello. But in Korean people, they bow while shaking hands. So they go like that.
Wow.
Funny, but Korean culture.
We don't have this, but we do bow as well when we are, greeting. So I think it's the similar point, Korea and Japan.
그냥 자연스럽게 이렇게 예의상 이렇게 하면 될 것 같아요.
손 받치는 거 있어요? 이렇게 손 같이 이렇게 정중하게 손 내미는 거?
대부분 하지 않은 것 같아요.
그냥 이렇게.
I just think it's like really interesting in general because in America we don't bow really. Like I think the only thing we think of when bowing is like in really old European times, like before dancing or when you're with like fancy people who are like in the government or like a duchess or something, you might like go like this, but it's also kind of called like a curtsy, but sometimes we go like bow, or like after a show then you like take a bow and you go like that, but it's just, it seems really different. So I can't imagine like doing that every time I greet someone, but after living in Asia it became my habit, so I go like this all the time.
But Korean people might think it's really disrespectful if you just like
just go like this. And that's just so funny because in America, like if you even go through the effort to try and shake someone's hand, even if it's like this, it's seen as really respectful.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Culture difference.
So in Japan, more deeper bows means more respect.
Yeah, I think it's really similar to Korea because when I got a job in Korea, we learned that. So if you meet someone like who's like the CEO, then you have to bow like 45 to 50 degrees. And if you just saw someone who you bowed earlier today, then you just go like 15.
Wow, because like sometimes in the K-dramas, I've seen them go like,
oh yeah, the gangsters do that. They're like, 형님!
They got a good manner.
Did you hear her? 한국은 보통 쇠젓가락을 씁니다. 왜냐면 이제 전통적으로 습기가 있는 반찬들이 많았어서 그걸 떼기 쉽게 납작하고 얇은 젓가락을 많이 사용을 했었어요. And I heard that Japanese and Chinese chopsticks are made with different materials.
중국은 요리가 기름 많고 또 볶음 요리가 많다 보니 좀 둥글게 만든 젓가락 쓰는 것 더 편하고, 그리고 저희는 밥을 먹을 때 돌려서 이렇게 먹는 문화가 있어서 좀 긴 젓가락을 사용하면 이렇게 일어나서 집지 않아도 좀 멀리서 이렇게 먹을 수 있어서 더 편하게 사용할 수 있습니다.
So in Japan, it's a manner to lift up the bowl when you were eating. That's why the chopsticks are really short compared to other countries. And it's because we eat a lot of fish. That's why it's kind of sharp shape compared to other chopsticks.
You know, I never really thought about like why they were so different, but it makes so much sense because you might think like the food is pretty similar, but actually I know even when you go to the store you can get like the long ones for cooking, and that's why it's easier. And then actually I find Korean ones so hard to hold because it's flat, but it makes sense. And like even for Japan, I never thought of it, but it makes so much sense that it's like shorter for eating rice and stuff.
이렇게 다양한 나라들의 문화를 비교하고 또 새로운 사실을 많이 알게 돼서 되게 신선하고 재밌었어요.
좀 더 저희가 다양한 문화를 접할 수 있는 그런 매개체가 있으면 그러면 이런 게 좀 덜 새롭게 다가오지 않았을까.
So we're really close countries, but we found a lot of differences today, and I thought it was the really interesting part.
Even for me, you know, as an American, they tend to think that like most Asian countries are just super similar.
Yeah.
But the longer I like just hear facts from my friends or even do things like today, I realize just how different it is. Like I seriously totally forgot even how different chopsticks are. And like, because in my mind, if I just think of chopsticks, it's so simple, but it's not.
Today we compared cultural differences with Korea, China, and Japan, thanks to Surfshark VPN.
If you like the video, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe.
We'll see you next time.
Bye!